Why has Azerbaijan expelled 2 French diplomats? Why has Turkey taken a step towards letting Sweden into NATO? How has Ukraine, despite its success in damaging a Russian ship in the Black Sea, faced a military setback the day after? Hello and welcome to ThePrint. I am Keshav Padmanabhan, and today we will answer these and more in this episode of World 360. To begin with, early on Tuesday morning, the Ukrainian Air Force attacked a Russian warship located in the port of Feodosia in Crimea. The warship, Novocherkasska, a Russian amphibious assault landing ship, was struck with cruise missiles. Ukraine claimed to have destroyed the warship, while the Russian Ministry of Defense told the Russian news agency TASS that the ship was damaged. This attack is one of the most significant ones against the Russian Black Sea fleet in recent months. And the fleet in Russia is getting smaller and smaller. This time, the large amphibious ship Novocherkasska is following the flagship of the Black Sea of the Russian Federation, the cruiser Moskva. Ukrainian Air Force Commander Mykola Oleshchuk said in a post on Telegram. In 2023, Ukraine increasingly targeted Russian assets in the Crimean Peninsula, a region annexed by Russia in 2014, and even established a new shipping corridor and weakened the blockade imposed by Moscow, according to media reports. However, the New York Times reported late Tuesday evening that Ukrainian officials acknowledged that Ukrainian armed forces have all but retreated from Marinka in eastern Ukraine after a months-long battle to defend it. A day after Russia announced the capture of Marinka, the Ukrainian general Valery Zaluzny lamented that the battle was similar to the scorched earth tactics witnessed in Bakhmut, the New York Times reported. The city had limited strategic value but is now a trophy victory for Moscow. We now move to the Caucasus, where Azerbaijan expelled 2 French diplomats amid tensions with Armenia, as reported on Tuesday. Azerbaijan's foreign ministry had declared 2 employees of the French embassy in Baku persona non grata over conduct that is not compatible with their diplomatic status, Reuters reported on Tuesday. The pair were given 48 hours to leave the country. Azerbaijan has provided no reason for the expulsion. The move comes due to strained ties between Baku and Paris, as the European countries earlier in November called for a new round of negotiations between Armenia and Azerbaijan over Nagorno-Karabakh. Azerbaijan in September reclaimed the disputed region over which Yerevan and Baku fought 2 wars in recent decades. In September, a lightning assault by Azerbaijan against the Armenian separatists who held the territory since the fall of the Soviet Union saw Baku's forces capture the entire territory. In October, the president of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, refused to attend talks with Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan, citing the European Union's and France's biased position against Azerbaijan. France's President Emmanuel Macron, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, and European Council President Charles Michel had been set to mediate at that meeting, as per media reports. France is home to a large Armenian diaspora, and Baku has claimed that Paris has been inciting conflict in the region by arming Armenia. Lastly, we now move to Ankara, Turkey, where the Foreign Affairs Committee of the Turkish Parliament gave its approval for Sweden to join the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, also commonly known as NATO. This brings the Scandinavian country one step closer to joining the Western military alliance, upending nearly 2 centuries of Swedish policy of neutrality from military alliances. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan had delayed Stockholm's membership to NATO by a year, as he claimed that they were too friendly with Kurdish activists regarded by Ankara as terrorists. Erdogan has also linked Sweden's accession to the sale of US F-16 jets to Ankara, a proposition currently pending approval by the US Congress, Politico Europe reported on Tuesday. The General Assembly of the Turkish Parliament now has to give its approval before Sweden can formally join NATO. Any new NATO member requires unanimous approval from all current member countries. The other country to stall on Sweden's accession is Hungary, with its Prime Minister Viktor Orbán stating that the Hungarian parliament has no great willingness to make a decision on Stockholm's membership in September of this year. Budapest cited what it called undue allegations by Swedish politicians that it had eroded democratic rights as a reason for the delay in approving Sweden's bid, according to Reuters. Sweden and Finland, the two Scandinavian countries, had dropped their long-standing policy of neutrality after the Russian invasion of Ukraine on 24 February 2022. They both applied to join NATO, with Finland formally joining the alliance in April 2023. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching this episode of World 360. Please subscribe to The Print for more such news and analysis.